Welcome on back to the survival project. In the last episode we did a load of work over there getting this area looking really good. I've gone around and finished all of that off now, so yeah, this is pretty much complete. Obviously we got all of the wall in and that, and I'm still trying to decide between this texture and that texture, so we've still got that to sort of think about, but I have been doing a lot of work on textures today, so we're just going to jump into a creative world real quick and just go over what I've been up to. So I've been playing around with textures quite a bit today, and obviously we got the ones that we've already been using, so that's light grey glass, orange glass, that's our little podzol one. I haven't got any variants going on yet. I might add them in, I might not. Adding all the variants in can be good, but sometimes it makes things start to get a little bit messy. Anyway, this is our grass path block. And all of the crimson stuff that we've already had quite a bit of a look at. Again, we just made it quite a bit more red. And then we've got our little birch bits. So this is a spruce trapdoor into birch trapdoor. What I added was the birch doors. I actually just changed into being those two textures. So we could have like a flat wall of it as it is. So if I just do that in the right place might be a little bit useful. So if we do that, normally we have like just a flat wall of it like that, and I tend to bump some at the front and have it slid open slightly. But now we can have it fully shut and actually have a way to get in and out as well, which I think was a pretty cool idea. These are just some of the trapdoors. And the spruce log, which is very, very dark now. I actually think it's darker than the dark oak log. Let's have a look. Dark. If I put that next to it, yeah, it's actually a darker tone than that dark oak, but I'm going to keep the dark oak as it is. This I really don't like. This is Acacia doors. That was just like a test texture I made. I'm not a fan of it. So we've then got the Acacia trapdoors, which I love them, and all of the regular Acacia. So we got the stripped Acacia log there. And this is actually the shroom light. So I thought the shroom light texture looked a hell of a lot like glowstone, and I didn't really like it. And I was trying to think of stuff that we could sort of use within our world anyway. This symbol that I've put on it is, according to Google at least anyway, the Japanese symbol for light, which I just thought was funny because it's a light block. So it just says light on all sides. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So we've got a few bits where we're using this pillar, and yeah, it's just literally using the exact same texture as this, but I've added like some orange and yellow tones to it to sort of create the symbol and create the effect of it's a light. So it's almost like it would have been carved out or something like that, and a light has been put on the inside. I think it looks pretty good. Didn't quite have the effect that I was just saying there, but it does look pretty neat, especially when you got it like that. Plus it gives us a light source that we can use with this, which I think is pretty cool. Then we've got the section that I've really been working on today, which is all of the jungle woods. So I never use any of the jungle woods for anything. And I created this first. This is jungle doors, and I really love this texture. I think it'd be pretty good to use that as like the wall of a house, actually. I think that would wind up looking really, really good. But the main thing I was trying to do was incorporate a bit of a more sort of bamboo texture. So obviously we got the green bamboo. We can get some of that. So we got regular old green bamboo that sort of grows. What I was trying to do was replicate bamboo when it's in a more sort of usable fashion, I suppose, like when you're actually using it as wood, because you know, typically speaking, it is a lot more this sort of texture, and I think it come out really well. So originally these trapdoors were actually really dark, but I changed them over to this bamboo one. It's the exact same sort of style as it was before, but I changed it over to this bamboo one, and it looks really good on all of the builds that have already been using it. I'm not 100% on this, but if I change this, then this fence post changes, and I really do like the way the fence post has come out. And yeah, this is just a basic vanilla sort of jungle log. The stripped one though, what I've tried to do is replicate the idea of the bamboo to create like a wall effect. So the bits in the middle there are a lot darker, which sort of gives it an inset effect from a little bit further back. So it looks like layers of it basically. I may have gone a little bit too dark, but I do like the way it looks. Moving on, we've just got the andesite that I've been using for quite a while. And here's something that I've just done. So I took the diorite because I never used diorite for anything. And what I wanted was a sort of mossy stone. So obviously we've got mossy cobblestone and mossy stone bricks, but we don't have mossy smooth stone. So literally what I did was I took the stone texture and made it a little bit darker, and then I took the greens out of this texture here and placed them into that block there. So what should happen if we keep placing it is it basically just follows onwards. I might need to flip it around actually. I think I'll put it on upside down, but yeah, I think that looks pretty good as well. And I'm starting work on like a smooth stone pillar for the polished diorite version. Other than that, I haven't moved into doing anything with the granite yet. So yeah, there is a lot of texture changes. And I think what I'm going to do is jump back into the survival world and sort of have a little bit of a look around at what's changed by adding these textures. And I want to get some of these shroom lights in a few places. So yeah, let's do that. So I think this is a good example of what the new jungle trapdoors look like, and I think it does work with this build pretty good, especially with that stripped oak there. I think that looks fantastic, and some of these bits over here look really good as well. So yeah, I think it was a worthwhile change, definitely. I want to see if I've got any of the shroom lights in here, because I believe I did collect a couple. Yeah, so we've got a few of these, and what I want to do with it is come over through this path to the bridge we made quite a long time ago now. In fact, actually, it was a very long time ago now, but I'm just going to take some of this out and pop that in there. And yeah, I think that looks really cool. I thought it would wind up looking pretty good. I'm not going to do this everywhere, but of course this gives us a little bit of extra lighting as well now, so I might get rid of that one, and that one, and pop them in. I don't want to overdo it, because that would probably wind up looking pretty bad, and then we're just going to do the same as we did on the other side and just get these ends done. Oh, and actually, we've got those jungle trapdoors on this build as well. Let's put that and that, and get rid of you. I don't know what you're supposed to use. Oh, it's a axe to break them as well anyway, so at least it'll be nice and quick destroying it. They don't look as good here as the original dark ones did, but I'm not massively unhappy with it. I think it still looks fine, so we're going to keep that. But yeah, this looks really good. I've also got something else to show you guys down in our storage area. I've been pretty busy between the last episode and this one. So, as I've been saying for quite a while now, this storage system is just really, really bad and untidy. I have been working down here. Oh god, there's that. Yeah, see, this diorite texture needs work on. That's not put there intentionally, that's just what was in this cave. I think, like, used sparingly, it'll wind up looking pretty good, just sort of scattered about. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. So, I've been working on a really, really big storage system. The idea is that it's going to fill up into shulker boxes. So, each section you can see is sort of marked off. So this side's all oak, this side's all spruce. And then we go into the acacia and dark oak and all of that sort of stuff. There's a series of chests behind there. If we go through this door, I can sort of show you a little bit better of how this is set up to be working. We got sea lanterns going all the way along, because obviously the light comes through the trapdoors. But yeah, it's just like a tiered storage system, which eventually winds up going into shulker boxes. If we drop down here, we've got observers here, and that took a long time for me to sort out and get together, but we actually had quite a lot of quartz just lying around. I must have used it for early game level grinding. Yeah, basically what happens is, when this is empty, we break it. I don't think I've got enough shulker boxes. So I've made this huge system, but I don't have enough shulker boxes. So what I'm going to do is break that one and place it in here. So these are all dispensers along here. When you break this one down, it pops out, you pick it up, and hopefully it's got a load of what you want in it, and then it just places a new one down in its place automatically, which, yeah, I thought was a really good little system, and it works really well. And if you just want a few bits, you can just pop that open and just grab them out of there. But yeah, if you've got a big project and you know you want a lot of cobblestone or cobblestone slabs, cobblestone stairs, then you just come along, you can just grab up the shulker box and take as many as you want with you as quickly as possible. I'm going to put item frames on top of all these dispensers just to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, otherwise, this is looking pretty good. We are nowhere near done with it. None of it's hooked up or anything yet. I've just cleared out a massive amount of space. Basically went as far down this way as I realistically could. And this brings us out just by... this is not too far from our starter base, actually, I don't think. In fact, we could probably destroy a couple of blocks. And yeah, it brings us out just not too far from the lighthouse. Yeah, so all of that is what has been going on. Yeah, it's not really my area of expertise, and I reckon there are probably much more efficient ways of doing this. But it works for me. So I figured I'd leave it so you guys can just Google decent sorting systems, because this is probably going to be very laggy. But the good news is I finally started eating through all of that iron I've been producing, which is great. So what are we going to do for the rest of this video? So I think what we are going to do is what we was sort of talking about at the end of the last episode. Get attacked by an underwater skeleton. I had no idea he was there. Must have been trying to keep himself alive. But yeah, we're going to build up a little bit on this just to make it look a little bit better. We're going to dump in a load of like custom trees and that. I think I've done quite a bit of talking so far already anyway. So what I'm probably going to do is just go through and build up a whole bulk of this and then just sort of jump in and show you guys what I've got done. We're going to leave this open area here for now. So I'm going to do a little bit of work around this edge here and sort of start filling out some of this bit here a little bit, and then I can show you guys what I've been up to. So I've done quite a bit of work here now. I've started adding in like this sort of stone pathway that's completely overgrown. I think it's looking really good. That's using our new diorite block, which obviously looks nothing like diorite. Yeah, it's just really overgrown in these parts, which I think looks really awesome. It's completely broken off by grass here, and then the path sort of picks back up again, which I think looks really good. We've got a few of these slim trees going on. I might add in some of the sort of bigger ones that we did over on that side. I started thinking about this area. Originally I said I was going to leave it in today's episode, but I kind of realised that what I was doing wasn't really that much work. So I figured I'd do a little bit more over here. So I wanted to get all of this sort of changed into like podzol. Not just podzol though, I want to obviously get some grass life and that mixed into it. So I am going to be cutting down all of these spruce trees in a minute. But it did give me an idea that we can build up some like large trees over there and put some sort of like playgroundy type stuff for them on there. But that's basically what we're going to be doing over here, just a little bit less sort of natural, I suppose. We're going to be doing it as... because I really want to use the new blocks that I've made. So I'm going to have to go off, gather up a bunch of jungle wood, and basically we're going to create like a little bamboo walkway for the pandas to go along. And yeah, basically just create like a little bit of a playgroundy area here. Anyway, I am going to get these trees cut down and go and gather up a bunch of jungle wood, because I've actually got none left. So I will catch you guys probably after I think I'm going to get the little playground bit done and then just show you guys what I've got. So I've just gone and got all my tools fixed up, and I am pretty much done with this now. I'm really happy with the way it sort of looks. Let's go from here actually. You can see it's sort of like just something for them to be able to sort of climb up on, get down over here onto this little cliff facing bit there to look at the water and that. loads more greenery going on in here. It's actually quite dense down here. Do I have any leaves? I don't have any more leaves on me. But yeah, I really love the way that this one's turned out. We've used a lot of jungle wood, and out of what I gathered, there's not really much left. I think I've got like just over a stack of jungle saplings now though, which is great. Just over a stack and a half. So that's really good. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way this project's turning out. I'm glad we decided to not do the zoo project and decided instead that this is what we was going to do. This Panda Sanctuary idea was a really good idea. I'm quite proud of myself. But yeah, we got some like dried bamboo just stood up there, regular bamboo growing in, loads of leaves and that about the place as well. The little oak trapdoor bridge here, so you can go across if you really want to. That's a bit weird. It's because there's fences underneath these ones, so it actually bumps you up a little bit as you walk over, which is a little bit of a strange sensation. But yeah, I think this is going to round the episode off for us today. Like, I've actually done quite a lot of work. I spent most of my day working on the resource pack, to be totally honest. Which, actually, another thing that I completely forgot to mention, and I can show it in the outro, actually changed the glow of enchanted items, because I thought the purple was just way over the top with this. So it's a bit of a more greeny, turquoisey tone, but it kind of just lets things maintain their original look a little bit more, I think. Especially from, like, this view. But yeah, at any rate, with everything being said, bit of a different episode really. I didn't really show you very much building at all. I know I really missed the replay mod. I'm so used to just doing the build and recording it on replay and then playing it back. So I think I need to get into a new comfort zone with how I'm building. However, if you're enjoying the way that we are doing it, just drop a comment down below and we can keep going like this. Before it gets too dark and we get loads of mobs spawning, I am going to end off and I will catch you guys in the next one.